What features two married people and is awesome?
A podcast named Two Awesome People.
That's right. And it's starting right now. Welcome to Two Awesome People.
Welcome to Two Awesome People. That was our wonderful intro by Kelly. And I'm Don. And somebody asked me what your podcast is about. How do you describe it?
It's about life in your 40s.
It's about a train wreck. That's
No,
what I
it's
said.
not. Our life is not a train wreck at all.
On tap today, Kelly, I wanted to talk to you about interviewing.
Oh, what did you want to talk to me about interviewing?
As a teenager, you don't know what to do. They don't teach you how to interview in school. And as a parent, it's kind of left up to you, or the teenager has to find it on their own.
Teenagers have to interview for a variety of things. Right now, we're dealing with high school applications, which an interview is part of that. But then it also comes to job interviews. I mean, you have to interview for even a part-time retail position.
Teens are so awkward and bizarre, floppy, and just unput together.
What we talk to our son about a lot is just how to present himself,
Right.
how to talk to somebody normally.
How to talk to somebody normally. That's just for a teen, a big one.
Well, yeah, but we'll get into all of those specific instructions.
But first on tap.
That's right. What do we
First
have
on tap.
first on tap?
First on tap. First on tap.
Is that a song for
Yeah.
this
You want
part?
to
Yeah.
sing it?
I don't like that song.
Wow. Say goodbye to 6-7. Now what's popular is Group 7.
Just say Group 7.
Less than a week ago, a artist named Sophia James, she was on American Idol season 18.
Oh, that was a really good season.
Yeah, that was a winner
That's
for me.
so much better than 19 or 17.
She posted 7 videos of her music video, So Unfair, on TikTok. In each video, she basically tells the viewer which group they were in based on the video they saw first. If you watched group 2 first, you were part of group 2. Well, so group 7, which was the last video, group 7 went viral. 62 million hits.
You
views.
mean the video of group?
The video
Okay.
went viral.
Okay.
And it has now become a thing.
Why?
So group 7 now is like an elite club. It's the cool kids. You're in group 7 is like the popular thing.
I just wonder like what it featured.
So the song is playing in the background. She's not lip syncing to it. Nothing to really do with the song. She's just like, welcome to group 7. You're in group 7. This is a social experiment. You're in group
Okay.
7. I asked Nate if he knew of group 7 yet, and he didn't. And I guarantee within a week, every young kid will be like, I'm group 7, and 6-7 is out the window.
And did Nate say, no, I don't know what that is? Or did he say, Dad, what are you talking about?
I don't care, Dad.
What does that mean?
I'm in group 8.
That sounds more accurate.
Moving on
Yes.
to our topic.
Let's discuss interviews, Dawn. We have anecdotes to share about it, both from our own perspectives and our own lives, as far as being an interviewer, being an interviewee, but then also the fact that we are trying to prepare our own son for interviews that he's going to have in the not too distant future.
As a parent, Kelly, how does it make you feel to know your son's about to start interviewing?
Oh, it makes me very nervous. I don't think that he is understanding the importance of how he presents himself.
He comes in like,
Yeah. So it's not just about being like polite.
right.
It's also about how he sits in a chair.
Yep.
Like the words that he says.
We don't want Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Right? He has this new habit of like, he twists a lot when he's like standing.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't sit still.
Got these nervous ticks almost. I did a deep dive into how we can help teens get ready for their interviews.
Howtointerview.com.
Yeah, how to
You went
interview.com.
real deep.
Yep.
Okay. It's nerve-wracking for us as parents because it's an element that we have like no control over.
He's going in that room or she's going in that room, and that's it.
And they're also representing us.
We're going to look like dumbasses.
So what did you find in the deeps of the internet?
My big first tip is set the right goal with your kids, teaching them to be authentic versus perfect. with Nate to ask him about his interview, and he goes, "Oh, I'm going to tell him I want to be a critical thinker." And it's like, wait, what? What do you even know what that word means? As teens, they think they're like, "Oh, I got this great thing." But as adults, you can see right through it.
I think there's a fine line. You don't need to say what you think they want to hear, but you need to say things that are appropriate for what they want to hear. So he can't just go into an interview and say
I love
he's
Brawl
in group
Stars.
7 or whatever. Like he
Let me
needs
in
to
because I'm in group
actually,
7.
yeah, he needs to actually like explain, his strengths and weaknesses or whatever.
Setting the goal of be authentic versus being perfect is
Right.
the best thing, because what's going to ultimately get him the job, get him into the college, get him into the school is who he is. And they're going to see through a lot of fake stuff.
I'm remembering an interview where I was pretty authentic, and I think I was too authentic.
You were too real?
It was an excellent interview. I got along with these 2 guys very well. I was put in a conference room, and
Oh,
I had to wait for them.
that in itself was the social experiment. Like,
Yeah,
can she sit there and be normal?
thought that the experiment was, where is she going to sit? Well, I went to the chairs facing the door. I
Yeah,
walked around the table.
right.
And when they walked in, they were so thrown. They literally said I was the only person who sat there.
What, you were supposed to sit with your back to the door?
They said everybody else sat
Do you
there.
know where my favorite place to sit is? At the head of the table.
That's a power move.
Yeah, you're interviewing them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was how it started, was they were like, "Oh my god.
What's this lady
Oh, yeah,
doing?
she's so ballsy."
Look at the lady balls on her.
And then we started the interview or whatever, and some reality show came up, and I said something like, "Oh my god, it's like crack."
You brought drug use into your interview?
And they both started laughing, and they were like, "I think you just admitted to doing crack."
So for the kids out there, the parents, maybe if you're doing drugs, keep it to a minimum
Well, so
or
I
don't do
just
drugs.
I just think that in that interview, I was authentic to a fault, and it became more like,
Friends.
yes. So then I think they were like, "Well, we can't hire her. We would just
Party with her all
hang
day.
out and stuff." Yeah.
She's not going to respect us.
So yes, you have to be authentic, but you have to be authentic in a professional sense.
I like that.
Don't talk about crack.
Don't. Good advice from Kelly.
Don't bring it up.
Yeah. Thank you for that good advice, Kelly.
Moving on.
Second thing for parents and kind of helping your child get ready for the interview, I like this one, is encourage storytelling, not answering. So,
That's a hard one.
how you can practice with your kid is in the car, you can ask them a story about themselves. What do you love to do? Getting into descriptive details is better. What makes you curious lately?
What makes you curious lately is like a weird trick question.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to answer? I saw this thing on TikTok and I want to know if it's
Am I in
real.
group 7?
Yeah, like I'm really curious about what group I'm in.
Isn't there a group 8?
That's an unfair question.
Hey, mom, I have a question.
Yeah, for real.
Why are women so weird?
I like that you sound more like an adolescent than he does. Why are women weird?
If you're trying to set them up for like a, why do you want into this school? It becomes a very complex question for them that they have a very hard time putting into words. So starting with questions that encourage the storytelling
Right.
helps them figure out bullet points in their head that they can then articulate in a very succinct way.
Did you learn this in the depths of the internet?
That is in the depths of being Dad Don.
I was gonna say that's like super helpful, Don.
Shut
You
up.
should put that deep in the internet.
For the last couple of months, I've been talking about interviewing with our teen,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of pushback. And I think a lot of parents experience pushback from their teen when you start trying to prepare them for an interview.
Or pushback on anything.
Yeah, on
It's not
everything.
limited to that. They just need an explanation for everything. Everything has to be, what is the word? Like substantiated.
But they also think that you're out to get them.
I am. He better watch his back.
When I started with him in the car, I was asking questions like, tell me, why do you want to get into this school? And Nate would just be like, Dad, I have answers. I don't need to answer them right now to you. And that was my fault. It wasn't him. I was challenging him in a poor way.
See, when I asked him a question, he said, "Mom, I got this. I gotta save the juice for the real thing."
I gotta save the juice.
I loved that answer, and I just said, "Okay,
You save the juice.
save it, you chill it."
If they're not prepared properly, the problem is they go in there and they're all over the place. They're not giving succinct answers.
Could you imagine being the person interviewing, like, a 13-year-old?
Oh
So
my
that would
gosh.
be so frustrating and disheartening.
So, what do you think about life? I don't know, 6, 7.
I don't want that job. Basically, you are preparing him without him realizing it.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
As they talk to a coach, as they talk to a teacher, as they talk to another adult, encourage eye contact, encourage succinct storytelling. When you're talking to Aunt Laura, why don't you tell Aunt Laura about the project?
Yeah, that's not gonna work so well.
Your teen will just look at you and be like, huh? What?
My favorite thing to say instead of stand up straight, I've started telling him to stand confident. Told him that standing up straight sort of exudes confidence, and so now it's become stand confident.
And he goes from
Yeah.
bleh,
No, he really does.
not pointing out what they're doing wrong, but encouraging what they're doing right. That is the encouraging storytelling.
Have you ever done that in an interview?
Yeah.
Is that why interviews with you last for like an hour? You're like, "Let me tell you about my project."
I got a project going on. All right, you want to hear my next thing? And we kind of talked about this. Parents encouraging body language.
Standing confident, you mean?
He's very confident, but he does struggle with body language where, it's the twitching and everybody does.
The
It's
twitching. Oh, wow, he's a twitcher now.
well,
That's not true.
it's when you're uncomfortable and you're like
Fidgeting, I
fidgeting.
think is the word you're looking
So
for.
how to calm your body.
Don't kick your foot.
My real last tip,
Your real last one?
the real last tip.
Was the other one a pretend last one?
That was a almost to the last
Okay,
one.
let's hear the real one.
Don't overshare your hopes and fears. If you hype it up, they're going to get nervous. And if
Right.
you overshare how important this is or what happens if it doesn't go
Oh,
well,
so it's us oversharing, not
absolutely us
the
oversharing.
oh,
This is
okay.
all from the parents, how to help your kid. Trying to keep the importance of the interview to a minimum. Sneaking, these ideas into their brain.
We're being sneaky. We're sneaky parents.
They don't want to hear your ideas.
Yeah, you have to trick them. What is your take on the interview question about your biggest weaknesses? Could that be a question that they ask a teenager? And then it's like, my God, what the heck does the teenager say? Well, I'm easily distracted by screens.
I love it when a butterfly goes by and it really makes me confused.
I'm being serious. Like, that's a very hard question.
I would encourage a turn of the question.
Do you mean saying, well, what's your biggest weakness?
Yeah. Well, tell me your biggest weakness. My instinct would be to tell the interviewer, I don't have one biggest weakness.
I have many small ones.
There are many things that I try to improve on.
So you turn it into things that you want to improve.
I would like to improve on
Right.
these elements.
Isn't that sort of like one of those standard, like, gotcha questions in an interview?
Well, that's why I tend to turn it positive.
That's what you're supposed to do, is be like, "Well, I work too hard."
I care too much.
Exactly, those are sort of the cliche answers for that.
Here's a big one for me. Don't coach in the car, specifically on your way there.
Yes, on your way there, but I think that if you're driving in the car, you could have one of these conversational things like you were talking about.
I think it's good if you're doing it subliminally, like we're
Totally,
not like,
that's
hey,
what I
here's the
mean.
interview. But when you're on your way there, don't have that last minute conversation. Hey, remember
Oh,
to
right,
smile.
yeah, shake my hand.
Make eye contact with me and just dump all this information. Instead, play Green Day.
I remember one of my first retail job interviews, the manager asked me what celebrity I would want to have dinner with, living or dead.
What? It's such a made up interview
It
question.
was a group interview, so we went around in a circle, and then it was me, and I said Madonna, and he was like, "Oh my god, me too." And I was like, "Well, I got this job."
Yeah. We're in.
You never know what you're gonna be asked on.
Never. And
Yeah,
that's why you have to keep it authentic and not overly, get
right.
scripted. How to help your teen prepare for their first ever interview
And
or
every
their second.
interview after, yeah. Just be prepared for any interview.
Yeah.
You gotta sell yourself a lot in life.
So, Kelly, shall we play make believe? I'm an interviewer, you're the teen.
Okay, let's do it
Why do you want to get into this school, Kelly?
because I love crack.
Good. We have a lot of that at this school.
So, I was thinking about tapping into a word association.
Tap into a word association
Oh,
with
is
us.
there a song for this one too? It goes
Tap.
tap, 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 tap,
Tippity
tap,
tip,
tap.
tippity
All
tap,
right.
tippity tap,
All
tap,
right.
tap.
No, I did it already, Don.
God, sorry. I just had to take it
You
over.
just had to kick it up a notch. Okay, so what do you think of with the word interview?
I think fail.
Wow, that's dark. I think of those past stories that I told you about
Crack.
the
You
crack,
just think of
about
basically interviews make you think of crack.
John sitting on that side of the table and having the reaction that I got when I sat there was like very impactful for me.
I now have this like thought that they came in, they were like, "Oh,
Literally, Dawn, that's what they did.
no.
Yes, they like stopped at the
What
door.
the
They talked to me about like that's a power move.
what? You
So
beat us at our own
the thing
game."
about it is they set the tone for the interview with how they reacted. And that's why it got comfortable and we talked about reality
You were like,
TV.
"Score."
Yeah, I was like, I'm in.
But then they were like, "Oh, she's a boss. We can't have
Yeah,
her here."
he's gonna sit at the head of the table in no time.
She'll just own us. She already does. In that first moment, you own them. They were like, "We give."
Things like that, those like subliminal messages of confidence and like professionalism, they're super important. You got to pick the seat at the table that is like a power move.
Kelly sits at the head of our table.
That's not true. We have a round table.
We have no head of our table. All
Uh,
right, so word association. Yeah, I think of fail. I interview so much for jobs. I fail a lot. And
oh, Dawn.
no, it's not a bad thing. Hey, if you're batting 300 in my
Right.
industry, it's a
Yes.
great thing.
Yeah.
It's like actors, you're going to fail 99% of the time. And to be honest, if you can fail and be okay with that, then you walk in and it's like you're not going to let them define who you are.
Right.
You didn't even say a word that you
When
thought
I
with
think
it. You
of
thought
interview,
crack.
I think of just like stories of like my past experiences with
So when you hear the word interview, you think stories. Really weird.
I think of being nervous.
I don't get nervous on the interviews.
Again, yours are on Zoom, so I think it's totally different because you're in your own environment.
Usually I'm not wearing pants.
I would go in for an interview and be nervous. And one of the things that I would always do is kind of make friends with like the receptionist. I also remember an interview where the receptionist had a jar of mints at her desk. And I was like, are these mints? And she said, yeah, you can have one. I was like, good, because my coffee breath is real.
And, and she was like, oh God.
No, she like laughed and it became friendly. And because I always thought like, oh, then maybe the receptionist will be like, she's cool. You guys should hire her. She likes coffee.
All right. As somebody who interviews a decent amount of people,
Yes, I do have some notes and recommendations. Some of these are a little obvious, like look people in the eye, I think is incredibly important.
what are you talking about, Kelly?
It's very distracting to be
Oh my
interviewing
God.
somebody for a job and have them answer by looking at the table.
Or it's even better when they don't look you right in the eye, but they look like right to the left. So they're close to making eye contact, but not actually
That
making eye
has
contact.
happened to me also.
That is so weird. It's like, dude, just look right over to me. But instead, they're like, just right off.
Also, speaking loud and clear, it's like if you are mumbling or if you are talking quietly, but also I put concise. You could ask one question that's like, why do you want this job?
Oh my God, that's a big question.
And they will tell you about their education and where that's taken them. And literally, it will be like, what was the question?
Yeah.
After like 5 minutes of them rambling.
Why do you want this job? Well, when I was 2 years old, I loved playing with trucks.
Literally, this is what will happen, and it can just be more concise. I have also been in a situation where the chair that the interview subject.
Yeah, they loosen, like, one of the legs so that the
No,
chair
that's
breaks when
very
they yeah.
me. No, I've been in a situation where the chair that that person sits in has wheels,
Oh,
okay?
so they roll around a lot?
It's not that this person who was being interviewed rolled around. However,
They did 360s.
he very slowly rolled backwards.
Throughout the entire interview?
It's like his feet were just slowly pedaling the ground. He ended up being 4 feet from the
What?
table.
He was, like, at the by the end of the interview, he was by the door?
Because periodically he would notice and then he would scoot back up and it kept on happening.
Right.
So my big tip is to sit still.
Just sit
Just
still.
sit
You're
still.
gonna gain so much by sitting still.
And then also have personality.
Talk about crack.
Okay, so have a professional personality, but have personality. You have to express yourself in a way that is maybe memorable or impressive. So just show who you are.
Oops, sorry, guys. Dude, do you remember the person that farted?
It's also like, I remember the person who kept scooting back.
They were memorable, all right.
The people who are interviewing you are the people that you would work with. And
Right.
so they're looking at you
For
both.
not vanilla.
Yeah, they're looking at you both in terms of like your professional capabilities, but also like, do I want to be in an office with them for 8 hours a day?
You know what? The
If
day.
anybody's going to come across like that in
Or
an
the
interview,
boring people drive me
it's the
crazy.
boring
Yeah.
one, or it's the one that's just like so in a shell that you really just can't tell.
I whatever. You're out. Instant for me.
You don't
If
like
you're I
shells.
don't like shells. I like wide open, wear it on the sleeve.
Wide open.
Yeah, just give it all.
Flaunt it.
Be
That's what you
big.
want, huh?
Yeah, I like big. Big
Right.
and bold.
Sounds so like naked was what you're
Just
saying.
naked. Just go into your interview naked. I'm naked, guys. What more do you want? I have a question.
I would love to see if I have an answer.
As a mom
Okay.
and somebody who's in her 40s,
Yes.
what would you do to prepare for an interview
That I have
if
right
you're
now.
re-entering the workforce?
I don't think I would do jack shit, Dawn, because I think I've got it in the bag. I think my biggest weakness is confidence. I have looked at like part-time jobs. I think that it's hard to convey a justification for not working, basically. And so it's not so much the interview that makes me nervous or that I feel like I have to prepare for. It's more just the.
Even getting to the interview.
Exactly, and it's more just the explanation of, like, where have I been for 10 years?
So, do you think as a mother, the answer of "I have been a stay-at-home mom" is insufficient?
Yes, I've always thought that that's an insufficient answer. That's just me personally, even though I am one.
In your middle age, your kids have gone back to school, you're ready to join the workforce again. Where you apply is gonna be hugely important.
Yeah, I'm not gonna apply at American Eagle, like,
Does American Eagle even
it
exist
does,
anymore?
Don, it does, American Eagle Outfitters.
Where would you wanna apply?
I could probably like working at Trader Joe's.
Dude, Trader Joe's is awesome.
I would probably enjoy being the checkout person and talking to
I've thought
people.
the same thing. I'm like, "I'm gonna go work down at Trader Joe's." What does it make you feel as a mom who's re-entering the workforce? Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous, but I feel pathetic.
Why do you feel pathetic?
I have removed myself and now like want to get back in. And so it's kind of like, well, why'd you remove yourself?
So you feel like you have lost value.
When you're in your 40s, you're expected to have a career. It's
You're
sort of
starting at
like
nothing.
reinventing yourself, but not really. It's just I don't know, it's just difficult. But the interview part of it is not the difficult part. The interview part is probably the easiest part because I can go into an interview and I think that I can be comfortable and I can convey myself in a way that's honest. And if I fit in, I fit in. And if I don't, I don't and move on. Like that part's easy for me. But it's the getting to that point.
Your interview at your age, you're gonna be who you are. So you're not like overly nervous. It's like, well, if I don't get this, whatever. I think there's a lot of women that are like you. And, really women have to choose very early on whether they're going to have a career or they're going to be more a stay at home mom. And
Right.
neither is wrong or right. I think it's to each their own.
Right.
And I think that there is no reason why you should have any sort of feeling that, you lost value because you were not in the workforce.
I know that that's what you think, but I think that society at large does not think that.
I understand that. But right now in our society, I think we're valuing family less than we should be.
That's another episode.
I said it.
The
I don't
value
care.
of family.
I don't care who stays home. The way to make things better, to have a nicer future, is to be involved with your kids.
Yeah. So today we talked about interviews and why and why
We just went off on a crazy
and why
tangent.
those are important and why they're important to prepare for because it's really your opportunity to show your true self.
What if I just collect like bones?
Do you mean you're an anthropologist? Is that an
Jesus, I was trying to go something weird, but not too weird. I was going to say hands originally. Like, what if I just collect hands?
Your brain went to weird places. It's because you went to the depths of the internet.
Yeah, I found people who collect hands. Keep that to yourself. As someone who's been interviewed hundreds of times for jobs, my big thing with interviewing is what's called collaborative riffing. It's the yes and theory. Instead of like answering, how's work today? And you say, fine, you basically say something like, when asked, how's work going? You say, it's a bloodbath. And then you can respond, oh my God, your boss is murdering you. That went very dark as well.
Like you're in a weird way.
Weird spot right now. But just basically telling the story and really, building on the other person's story.
I get it. That's me saying just stop.
Was that a high five?
No, it's like, I get it. Stop.
I thought this was an air high five.
No,
I get it.
like,
Great job.
like no more.
And with that, that's our wrap up of interviews. Some talk about re-entering the workforce.
We're going to tap out now, Dawn.
Let's tap out.
Tap on out of there.
Bam, bam.
And let's talk about something that we've loved this week.
Well, I know I can't talk about the Dodgers because I'll just get yelled at because it would be my third week in a row. So I got something else, but you go first.
I love stand-up on TV, and I watched Michelle Wolf's new stand-up on Netflix, and it did have some chuckles. It's called The Well.
Yes.
And I thought it was both good and bad. If you want to watch a stand-up comedy special, give it a go, but just know that like it doesn't start out hilarious, but it gets there.
What did you not like?
At the start of it, she talked about being a new mom, and I just found that humor to be less funny because it's kind of like you've seen a lot of comedians talk about being
low-hanging fruit.
And I didn't think that like her take on it was anything to write home about, so I'm not.
All right, you want to hear what I loved? I loved the game Skippo, specifically with my team.
Because you're winning.
Because I'm winning. I'm beating the crap out of them. No, we're not game people. We've tried to be board game people. Doesn't work for us. And I consistently am playing with our team the game Skippo. Easy to learn, easy to be competitive about, quick. It's like a 20-minute game. And man, playing with a teen is so much fun. It's like, Dad, you suck. Dad, you cheat. Dad,
I'm going to crash out.
Yeah, I'm going to crash out. This game sucks. I hate this game. I'm never playing this game again. Yet we play every day.
Every day.
And he gets so fired up over it.
Yeah.
And it's a really fun way for us to connect.
It's all in good fun.
I'd recommend if you got those teens out there, introduce Skippo to them, see what they think.
Introduce it to yourself because you probably don't know what it is.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Dawn.
You want to interview?
No, not right now.
No, I don't know why I said that, but thanks for listening.
Thanks,
High five on
everybody.
that one.
We'll make noise at you next time.